Hi guys, so you're through your second day hard dry today. You'll be starting your third day tomorrow, and today's video is about how energy is not just the food you consume, it's also the circumstances, events, environments and people you surround yourself with. It's also the sounds and self-talk that you think and speak, because these are all energy vibrating at certain levels of frequency, the level of frequency that you choose. So we all know someone who constantly complains about being ill and is always, as a consequence of that, always ill. We've all probably known someone who also eats dog shit food all the time, drinks loads, parties too hard, doesn't sleep too much, and appears and is very, very healthy. So beliefs are very, very, very powerful. This body that you have is a temple, and it is built out of bricks of beliefs. And some of these beliefs may serve you, may serve your highest purpose. Some of them may not. They may have been instilled by parents or teachers when you were younger, and are limiting beliefs like that you need to eat 3 times a day, which once you blow that one out of the water at the end of this week and you realize that you don't have to eat as much as you thought you needed to, that we've become a nation of consumers, and where we consume so much we stopped evolving. So what this fast I'm hoping will do for you is make you aware that we need to stop consuming so much and start evolving more. Dr. Joe Dispenza will put it in a way that become more wave and less particle, because when you become more wave, you're more pure creative energy, and therefore you can create the circumstances, events and environments that come into your life with ease, because you're more connected to that energy that's vibrating at pure source frequency. Interestingly enough, he hasn't talked about fasting, which is something I'm hopefully going to speak to him about later on this year when I see him at one of his events. So your personality creates your personal reality, and this is also one of his sayings. And as within, so without is a saying from the Bible. As above, so below. Clean the inside of the cup and the outside of the cup will become clean. By fasting, you're utilizing all of the crap cells in your body as energy before anything else, because your body is a very, very clever instrument in that when you fast from food, it will use all of the weakest cells first. We store a lot of emotion in water. This is why when we are sad, we cry, because we release that emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. If you withhold that emotion, then it's going to explode. This is why, in my opinion, suicide is the biggest killer in males under 55, because men don't show emotion, they build it up, and then when it erupts, boom, it's got to be shifted. And if men were to speak about their feelings more, or to share their emotions more, creating that energy back into motion instead of making it erupt like a volcano, then this would ultimately be more beneficial for them. And I was in the hairdressing industry for 15 years, and I saw how women talk about their thoughts, feelings and emotions quite freely, and maybe even joke about them. And this was a lot healthier than when I used to speak to guys. Thankfully, I've always been quite an open book in that I've always been able to feel quite connected and share my emotions. So I'm quite blessed in that department. Pythagoras would make all of his students fast, because he believed that this ultimately made your thoughts clearer. He also advised all of his students to be vegetarian. He also he also made all of his students undergo a 5-year vow of silence. Now, for those of you that have watched my other videos, I did a 7-day vow of silence recently. What this does is, the law of attraction and the teachings of Abraham will suggest to you that every morning when you wake up, you're resurrected, because your point of attraction is reset. Because while you sleep, your vibration is very, very low. You're not sending out any thought vibrations. When you're sending out thought vibrations, you have to meditate or reset in order for the outgoing correspondence to turn into an incoming one. So this is why meditation is very, very good. You become more receptive to what you have sent out, because ultimately your body is an instrument, a vibrational frequency energy instrument that, when utilized properly, transmits and receives. And that's what I'm hoping this process this week will show you. It will show you how to transmit what you want and to meditate and to receive what you want, ultimately clearing those airwaves so that you can do this at a much faster and more responsive rate. This has all worked for me, and this has all worked for the people that I work with on a daily, monthly, weekly and yearly basis. I can go into more depth with this. If anyone is interested in mentorship, then do just pop me a comment below or email me at mindbodysoulspiritcoach.com. So all of these things that Pythagoras would ask his students to undergo, the one thing in common they have is that they have a huge impact on your vibration, and therefore that vibration becomes your reality, because what you the level you vibrate at is what you send out, and therefore it's what you receive. It's basic karma, it's basic law of attraction. And believe it or not, the whole planet is going through a huge raise in vibration at the moment, and by you guys partaking in this week, you're actually helping with that, because by eating less you become more wave and less particle, because food has cellular memory. And when you eat that cellular memory, your body has to process it. This is why I gave up eating meat about 4 years ago, because ultimately I was in a place where I was very depressed, very anxious, very angry, and depressed. And guess what? That meat is a vibration that is very angry, scared, anxious and depressed. Because look at the way that animals are kept. Look, they're kept in fear, they've got anxiety, they're angry. So your energy vibrating at a level of frequency, and then you're going to put a vibration of anxiety, fear, depression and anger into your body. It's like taking a computer and putting a horror film into that computer, into that DVD player. What is going to come out on that TV? It's going to be a fucking horror film, because you're putting a horror film in. So if you're putting in vibrations of fear, anxiety, depression into your body, why would you not be aware that this is what is going to come out in you? When I gave up eating meat, this became very apparent to me, and I take things to extreme and test things, which is why I'd like you guys to watch the rice test. Just YouTube it, the rice test. There's also the flea test. There's also Masaru Emoto's effects of water with sound. So check all of those out, please, because today's process, or tomorrow's process for you, what I'd like you to do is, I started creating playlists of music about 3 years ago, and the lyrics act as affirmations. Now, affirmations are one of the most powerful ways to reprogram your subconscious. This is scientifically proven now. On repetition, 21 days or 60 days, or while you sleep. So when you sleep, your conscious mind drifts off to sleep and your subconscious is always awake. This is how advertisers have become very, very savvy, and they know that most of the time you're listening to the radio is when you're driving your car. When you're driving your car, your conscious mind is distracted because you're trying not to crash your car. This is why 80% of the radio is adverts, because your conscious mind is the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper looks after what goes into the subconscious. If that conscious mind is distracted, the gatekeeper is wide open, your subconscious is open to perception, wide open to perception. So you're having things pumped into your brain while you're driving your car. Next thing you know, you're walking around a shopping centre, you've bought a coffee and you're not even thirsty, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing standing here with a coffee? I've done it. You might have done it, you might not have done it, but just be very aware of what is going on in the background while you're doing things. If you're in the kitchen cooking and you have the radio on and there's adverts, if the TV's on, really, really clean up your environment. So the thoughts and the sounds that surround you while you're doing things can have a big impact on your life. The word abracadabra actually translates in Aramaic to I speak, therefore I create. It's magic. When we're at school, the first thing we're taught is spelling. Spelling is creating magic. When you speak, it sends out a vibration. It's the manipulation of energy. So it's the manipulation of frequency vibration that changes your outer world. Thoughts are also vibration. Self-talk is, as I mentioned, we all know someone who's constantly complaining about being ill and constantly is ill. So I'd like you to listen to this playlist that I created. This is one of the many playlists I created, and I have put 22 songs. please listen to the 22 songs, and I've also put videos with the lyrics on. So if you just sit there and listen to it and read it at the same time, it's a double whammy for your subconscious. It penetrates it with double the amount of symbols, so it actually helps. Now, the reason I'm asking you to do this is because I want to show you how words with music, because Pythagoras used to always ask his students to study music as well, how they increase the vibration. And when you increase the vibration with certain words or affirmations or lyrics, it raises the energy in your body. And I wouldn't advise listening to this playlist before you go to bed, because if I listen to it before I go to bed, I'm like, I want to go to the gym, or I have so much energy. This is one of the ways when I'm feeling hungry in the first stages, in the first few days of my fasting, I raise my energy levels. So words act as invocations. Invocations can then create your reality. So I'd like you to play this playlist, and I'd like you to listen to it, and I'd like you to read it, and I'd like you to do this for a couple of days, and then I really would appreciate if you could get back to me and let me know how these songs and lyrics have affected your energy levels. It's a little bit of a test, and I've been doing this for about 2.5 years with people now, and I've had nothing but positive results. You might not like some of the songs in particular, but stick with them and still read the lyrics, because it's more of a subconscious reprogramming we're going through here. And by doing this and showing this to you, I hope that it invites you to start making playlists of your own, of music that uplifts you, that has positive words with clean lyrics, that ultimately, when I was listening to rap music, and in specifically The Weeknd, now he has a specific song called I Can't Feel My Face When I'm With You, which is about doing cocaine, and a lot of his lyrics are about doing cocaine. Funnily enough, I had a period of time where my drug use was at its all-time highest, was when I was constantly listening to his lyrics, and if I'm honest, I did not know what the lyrics were about. It was only when I was shown that one of these songs in particular, I Can't Feel My Face, won a Nickelodeon Kids TV award, and that meant that a lot of teenage kids were running around singing this song without realizing what the lyrics were about. Now, this is quite dangerous on a subconscious level, because when I found out and made the connection, it was like, it was a little bit of a aha moment for me when I saw the timelines and what I'd been doing, and subconsciously how I was using certain forms of escapism without even realizing the lyrics to a song that I was constantly playing in my car. So this video is more about cleaning up the surrounds around you, because ultimately sound is an energy, vibration and frequency. So I hope you're all doing well on your fast. I've heard from a few of you today and you're all doing well. The energy feels really good at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you think about this video. This is the first time I've put this video out. It's a brand new one. I hope you're doing well. Lots of love. Namaste.